One of the simplest things that my engineering brain could never wrap its head around was that you have a time limit in here. What do I mean by you have a time limit? Well, you're not a professional. And even if I was a professional, I probably wouldn't want to spend all my time in here all day 24/7. You would just break yourself down. I'm not a Bulgarian, but that's the way that they train, 8 sessions a day. So they essentially lived in the gym. However, living in the gym isn't necessarily conducive to making money or whether you're going to be successful in any of your sport. And the bigger reality of it, and the reality that, like I said, my brain has had a hard time wrapping its head around, is that you have other things to do. You have other things that you need to accomplish throughout the day. I thought that I could spend a couple of hours throwing and then a couple of hours in the gym every single day without resolve or without stopping, and that's just not realistic, especially for me right now. It's probably not realistic for most people. The bodybuilders, they at least have 2 sessions in a day. Let's face the facts on that. There's no way that you, with or without drugs, that you amass that size of girth and strength without being in the gym at least a couple times a day. Now, the normal person doesn't have that time, being that they have a wife, kids, job, etc., and they have other responsibilities. That's adulting. That's adulting in a short sense of saying it. Now, I love to train. I love to throw. I love to lift. I still love Olympic lifting and everything else up under the sun. Who doesn't love a juicy pump? Well, some people don't like a juicy pump, but that's not the point. The point is that, yeah, I do love to train. If I could, I'd spend 1,000 hours in here. That'd be overdoing it, but I would spend either throwing or lifting. I would spend more time doing it for sure, and that's what the professionals do. That's their job, and I think that it'd be different if this was actually my job. If I'm being completely honest about it, it kind of takes the joy out of it to a certain degree. To me, I do it because nobody tells me I have to do it, and I like the progress of getting better over a period of time and seeing yourself improve in a lift. Now, I've gone backwards here. I've gone backwards in my lifting and strength journeying, if you will, and especially throwing as well because I haven't trained. I've let the the knocks of life mess with me, and I can see how you can end up with a beer belly when you're 40, 50, and you kind of just lay it down because you end up having other things to take care of. And being in the gym or throwing, playing in the NFL, being a professional athlete, at some point it takes a back burner because you have other responsibilities and your body starts breaking down at some point in time, and that's something that you have to take into consideration too. My biggest frustration with this whole adulting thing is that I know that there's a short window that I have to hop through in order for me to get the optimization out of my body and out of my training that I want. I haven't hit the wall of the age where the age is going to start hurting, if you will. So I do have to figure this out, and I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to give myself a set amount of time and just do as many of the things that I put on my that I do as many of the things within this set amount of time that I make on a list. And it might not be exact all the time. It might not be perfect, but if I don't get to it, I think putting it on another list for later didn't get to was the best way for me to do this. And then me coming in another day and trying to get to some of those things. I mean, that's the only way that I can think of doing this functionally without getting frustrated that I ran out of time or I have to go do this, I got to go to work, etc., etc. So today I did some power cleans as well as RDLs, bench presses as well. Didn't do too much. Trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm sore right now. I did 100 air squats and I'm sore. That's ridiculous. My legs are weak as hell. My legs are weak as hell. But I think that's just about all I got, guys. You should already know what the deal is by now. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and save your throws. And most importantly, you live to fight another day. I'm going to get out of here.